Hello everyone and welcome to Purposeful Fridays. My name is Catherine and I'm a leadership expert, and my philosophy is working with people to bring human back. We're finding ourselves living in a world of increasing complexity with unrealistic expectations and comparisons. We're a more disconnected society than we've ever been before. At work, we're seeing a shift to flexible way of working, but in reality, we're actually connected to work 24/7. So we're working longer hours, we're working harder with fewer resources, and we still have to reduce costs and increase profits. So through these vlogs, what I want to explore with you is how we can actually bring human back, not just at work, but at home, and what that means. So why Friday? I know the last thing you want to be doing is any thinking on a Friday. You want to be heading home with a glass of wine or a beer and unwinding. But Friday's also the perfect day to stop and reflect and think about the week that's been. What are some of the things that have happened that have been very successful? Have things gone a little bit wrong, and what could have you done a little bit differently? It's the perfect day to kind of reflect, symbolically close that door and open a new one as you enter the weekend and then the new week. So whether you watch this video today on Friday or sometime over the weekend, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to stop and reflect and just think about how next week you could be a little bit different. You might try something different. You might stop doing something that hasn't been serving you well. And it's all about thinking of how you can grow and present a better version of you tomorrow. One more thing before I go on. My big vlog philosophy is we don't have an edit function in life, so my videos aren't going to have an edit function either. It's just going to be you, me, and the cameras. And you're going to see what you get, or you're going to get what you see, I should say, bloopers and all. So there's not going to be any flash or graphics or logos, music, changing locations within one video. It's just me. And as we study what it is to be human together, this is kind of going to be my little therapy session too, as I start to face some of my own fears. Fears of putting myself out there, fear of judgment, and even perfectionism, because I am a recovering perfectionist. And this is actually a great segue to today's topic, which is perfectionism. I actually believe we all have a little bit of perfectionist inside us. There was a time where I was right off the spectrum. Just ask my two girls. I would turn into this absolute crazy lady whenever we were having guests over. The house had to be spotless. Any of the food that was presented and laid out had to be perfect. And I actually liken perfectionism to a disease. Quite often it starts off small and starts quite early in age, in life, sorry. And as you grow, it spreads and intensifies into all areas of your life. And it's usually the result of being rewarded when we're younger. So we get acknowledged for good work, for doing really well in a test, for being a good boy or a good girl. And we start to do everything possible to continue to receive this positive recognition and do everything possible not to receive any negative or bad recognition. So as we move into adulthood, we take these habits with us and we work harder and harder to being perfect in the eyes of other people. We're actually spending all of our energy in meeting other people's expectations of what they think we should be. Brené Brown is a writer and research professor at the University of Houston, and she spent 16 years studying vulnerability, courage, empathy, and shame. And she actually describes perfectionism as a self-destructive and addictive belief system that fuels this primary thought. If I look perfect and I do everything perfectly, I can avoid or minimise the painful feelings of shame, judgment, and blame. So in many ways, perfectionism is just another wall that we build to protect ourselves from harm from other people. And that's exactly what I was doing when I would turn into this crazy woman and have to have this perfectly clean and tidy home and this perfectly made birthday cake or presented food. If everything was perfect, then I wouldn't be judged as a poor housekeeper or a bad mother. Instead, I'd actually be judged as a caring mother who loved her children deeply. Look at the beautiful home that she provides for them. Look at all the time and effort she's gone to create this amazing birthday cake. She must be an incredibly loving and caring mother. But that's just mental, really, when you think about it, because I not only stress myself, but I cause my children all sorts of grief when I was screaming and yelling like a banshee to get things clean and spotless. And we certainly don't expect the people around us to be perfect. So, because we're human beings, right? And we're fundamentally born imperfect. So it really is time that we were a little kinder to ourselves and started to embrace our imperfections, because they're actually what make us who we are, and they actually are what make us special. So it's time to learn to love ourselves a little bit more. So this Friday, or over the weekend if you choose, take a moment to reflect on where perfectionism may have creeped into your life. Whose expectations are you trying to live up to? What are you scared of being judged as? Or what judgment are you trying to hide from? Because I think you'll find there's some perfectionism there somewhere, and it's probably not a reflection of who you really are. I hope you've enjoyed my first vlog, and have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye everyone.